Guys, Sexywalls Podcast. This is what it's all about. Guys, how did I create Sexywalls? So I had to create something that was a little to talk about, But the real story of how it all began was basically, it was a bad time of my life, right? And I like to listen to R&B music when I'm doing my walls, sexy music. I'm talking about romantic music, stuff like that. So I'm listening to it, I'm doing the walls, and I'm like, I'm effing these walls. I'm sexing up these walls. Sexy walls. Boom, that's how I started. So because of that, calling it Sexy Walls. So then when I started the brand of hashtag Sexy Walls, that's when hashtags became super popular. So I started with Sexy Walls, and I had positive and negative reviews. Positive, oh my gosh, it's awesome. You make Venetian Plaster effable, sexable. They're like, oh, it's amazing. I love it. I have people saying, oh, these are sexy floors. I have architects saying, oh, that's sexy. I have designers saying, homeowners saying it. Yesterday, I was in a client's house and I was like, yeah, that staircase that we're gonna do for you is gonna look so sexy. And he goes, I love the way you said that. Yes, we're gonna have a sexy staircase. Just like that, it just took it to another level. Now I see everybody using it. The negative part of it was people are like, how can you say that? It's sexual. When we think of sexy, we think of somebody being pretty. And I'm like, duh, that's the point. The wall is pretty. Though you look at the wall and you're like, wow, that wall is sexy. It turns me on. Same thing as a person would do for you. That was the whole objective of it. The objective was for you to talk about it. And that's what you're doing, if it's positive or negative. I didn't care. At least you guys spoke about it. I made a whole bunch of shirts, started giving them away. I had my whole family wearing it. We went to Disney. So we're waiting in line for the Disney lines, and I have it in the back of the shirt. And I hear somebody saying, Sexy Walls, what is that? Just like that, just because they read my shirt. So if I wasn't there to turn around to explain to them, they would go to Sexy Walls, and this will pop out. It will pop out. Something that I created it for all of us in the market, for you guys to use it. So I have everybody in the world using hashtag Sexy Walls. So if you go to hashtag Sexy Walls, you'll see a lot of people using it. That was the point, to make it unique. I had another digital guy who does a lot of digital, my work, I'm not gonna say his name, that we put videos together, stuff like that gives me ideas. I ask him ideas, he has good ideas, and he has bad ideas. Because my mentality is completely different from the way I think of business and the way I want to show off these walls compared to other people. He goes, no, you shouldn't do hashtag Sexy Walls. You should just do hashtag Exotic Wall Finishes. I said, yes, of course. But hashtag Exotic Wall Finishes is boring. Even though my name is Gangster, it's dope, Exotic Wall Finishes. But that's not the point. The point was to say Sexy Walls, and then people would be like, dude, and start talking about it, positive and negative. I didn't care, but that was a goal, and that's what we did, man. We did it. Now everybody talks about it. Sexy Walls, baby. It's how we do it. So that was the objective. So this right here, then I wanted to do, because podcasts are getting very popular, I wanted to do a Venetian Plaster talk show, right? But I didn't want to call it the Venetian Plaster talk show, even though that's what I'm calling it after Sexy Walls Podcast, the Venetian Plaster talk show. But the whole goal is Sexy Walls Podcast, to make people talk about it. So we're going to talk about everything that happens in business, from people that put towels, attorneys, about situations in life, other applicators, master applicators talking about their business, of how to deal with customers, how to deal with whatever, your business, your family life, how you deal with business, stuff like that. So this right here is a real liquid metal metallic finish that comes from Italy. It comes in a 3-part, right? We put it all together, we put it on the wall, and then we have to sand it down. We have to sand it down from 240 all the way to like 4,000, 5,000, depends where you can get your hands on to it. I did it with the Festool machine. Then I did it with the polisher. I grabbed the polisher and did it even fast. Remember, it's all got to do with friction. Friction is what makes it polish like that. That makes it very super nice gloss look like that. And then the 240 is what smooths out all the rough spots that you do. So that's an important one too. But you have to do it nice and thick. And then I made the round wall, then I put the line plasters next to it. This is not a line plaster, it's actually a synthetic product. And then I did the Sexy Walls in metallic black. So the whole objective was for this wall to look gangsta when I turn on that video, okay? So to look different with different lights. If I put it like here, if I put a different light, it will look different. If I put the camera there or here or there, it will look different. That was the objective, to make you look at it every time I turn the camera, for you guys to be like, what the heck is that? Or like a piece of stainless steel on the wall. That was the goal. The goal was for it to look sexy as hell. So yeah, so Sexy Walls Podcast, guys. Sexy Walls hashtag. Let's use it. Let's make it even more popular than what it is. This is what I love. This is my passion, Venetian Plaster. And this is what I do. The real Venetian Plaster Talk Show.